Welcome back to another vlog. This is Star vs. the Forces of Evil, Season 2, Episode 16, 17, somewhere around there. Math Magic and... I can't remember the title of the second half. Anyway, given that this is Disney, I'm guessing the title of the first half is a deliberate reference to the old Donald Duck cartoon. I remember having that as a kid on VHS, watching it. I don't remember that much about it, except that, yeah, the idea was like tricks you could do with math. Donald was in some kind of Wonderland-esque realm that was math-y. That, or it is just a coincidence and it's a pun. Math magic. That's obviously the same pun that the cartoon was based on, but I honestly am not sure. I mean, given it is Disney... Anyway. There's... not a ton to say about that one. Star gets herself stuck in a time loop by being lazy, gets herself out of it by actually doing the work. I do like that she doesn't succeed. I actually like that quite a bit. Because, of course, she really doesn't know how to do it. She hasn't been paying attention. It's a very complicated problem. She makes an attempt at it and gets it entirely wrong. But what matters is that she did the work and therefore broke out of the time loop. It's pretty much the same as, the Groundhog's Day concept of you gotta repeat until you become better. Until you complete the task properly. In that sense, I've given panels on this, and I wrote about it in one of my books, Animated Discussions. There's this link between time travel stories and ghost stories. They have a lot in common. And this is a really good example of that because, of course, you have that in ghost stories as well. The character who is bound to repeat the same things over and over and over again until they set right what is wrong. And then they go free. That's a time loop. Essentially from the perspective of the ghost, they're stuck in a time loop. I've never seen anything that actually does it that way, though. I've never seen anything where a character is caught in a time loop, but from the perspective of other characters, it's a haunting. That would be kind of cool, I think. Well, I say I've never seen it, but in the book I make a case for Utena being precisely that, specifically the Black Rose Saga of Utena. And you can tell that there wasn't a ton to say about this segment because I'm mostly talking about other things. I'm talking about Donald Duck cartoons and Utena, which, honestly, if you did one of those word charts of my conversational history over my life, where the size of the word shows how often it's been said, like blogs sometimes have, word clouds, that's what they're called. You would... Duck cartoon and Utena would be very large. So, yeah. The second half was a little more interesting. The bounce lounge is being shut down, and Star and her friends just can't deal with that. They can't deal with it being over. And, of course, the obvious connection here to what's going on in the characters' lives is the loss of Glossaric and the book. Star has basically shoved that under the rug. She's not dealing with it. Which is what she tries to do here. It's denial. It's not really over. But her mentor-student relationship with Glossaric is in essence over. But that's what she tries to do. She tries to get the band, the old gang back together to have one last giant party and save the Bounce Lounge, which is, a classic teen movie thing. We're going to say, not even just teen movies. I mean, it's basically the plot of Blues Brothers, is we're going to throw a big concert to save the thing from evil creditors. We're going to have a big party and raise money to save the thing from evil creditors. It's a fairly common thing. And in this case, it's the Bounce Lounge, but the twist is, really, it's just that she's gotten too old for this. The woman who runs it. She's been running parties for 5,000 years, and she's tired. Which I can definitely understand. My span of patience for a party is a heck of a lot shorter than that. Depending on my mood, it's anywhere from a half hour to a couple hours before I am done. Depending on my mood and the kind of party. The kind of party that the Bounce Lounge hosts, like 10 minutes maybe. The moment that stuck out to me was the way Marco pauses at being told, to join the party and just be himself. And do what he feels like doing. And it's like there's this moment of, can I really do that? Is that allowed? That, I've been advocating this whole vlog series for the trans Marco thing, and that really speaks to me in that respect. It's the realization that you're allowed to be who you are is a powerful one. It's at once immensely freeing, but a little bit frightening because it means you no longer have an excuse not to be. And there is a genuine power to it. Once you realize that you are free to be who you are, you can ignore everything telling you to be someone else or something else. And even gender aside, there is a ton of that out there, saying you have to be a certain way, look a certain way, live a certain way, and you don't. You can do whatever you want. Yes, some things, if you do them, there may be consequences. Some things, independently of consequences, some things are, right and some things are wrong. But you have the choice. Obviously, it would be better if there was a little more freedom and a little less pressure. In fact, a lot more freedom and a lot less pressure to be other than who you are. But when it comes down to it, you can't. And once you realize that you can deal with the consequences of it, and it's still better, suddenly all those other things pushing you to be a certain way, live a certain way, they don't matter so much anymore. And if you want to, you can do a silly karate-based dance. Why the hell not? So that was nice to see. Other than that, this was a pretty light couple episodes. Not a ton to say about them, but they were fun. I'm not a huge fan of Unicorn Head, so I'm not a huge fan of the fact that she's been showing up a lot either. I would like to see less of her, more of Jana, please. But we did get a little of Jana with the weird chicken joke thing. Which, I mean, I did think it was kind of cute that Star has never heard that particular joke, because that is such a thing that's peculiar to our culture. That one of the first jokes children learn is actually anti-humor. So, cool. But overall, yeah, like I was saying, fluffy pair of episodes, not a ton to say. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check me out on Patreon for early access to vlogs, essays, more. And I will see you all next time. Bye!